You know how sometimes just one tiny word can completely change the vibe of a conversation? It can take you from a potential argument right into a productive discussion. Well, today we're going to dive into a powerful little secret of smart English communication. Okay, so look at this. On the left, you've basically got a conversation stopper, a brick wall. But on the right, that's an open door. Now, that difference is all thanks to a technique called hedging. And honestly, it's the key to sounding more professional, more polite, and way more precise in English.
So what exactly are these hedges? Well, the best way to think of them is as signals. They're little words or phrases that tell the other person, hey, I'm on your team, I'm trying to be accurate, but I might not be 100% sure here.
At its core, a hedge shows that you really care about being truthful. Instead of just throwing out statements like they're absolute facts, you're showing that you get the nuances, You're aware of the limits of what you know. And that, right there, is a huge sign of conversational intelligence.
To make this super practical, we're going to break hedges down into two main types. Just think of this as your core toolkit for instantly upgrading how you communicate.
First up, we've got approximation. This is what you use when you're talking about numbers, times, or any detail that isn't totally exact. And the second type is hesitation. This one is perfect for softening your opinions or suggestions so you can keep things collaborative and friendly.
Let's start with approximation. So instead of saying it took 20 minutes, which sounds super exact, right? You could say it was about 20 minutes. Words like about, roughly, or kind of just let your listener know that you're giving a really good estimate, not a sworn under oath statement.
And then we have hesitation. This is all about sharing what you think without, starting a fight. So instead of saying, this is confusing, which can sound like an attack, try, I think it's a bit confusing. See? You're framing it as your personal perspective, and that invites a discussion instead of making someone defensive.
Okay, now that we've got the basics down, let's level up a bit. We're going to look at some more advanced uses and see how all this builds into really polished, polite English. These phrases are absolutely fantastic for navigating those tricky situations, like when you have to disagree, or maybe just clarify what you do and don't know.
This is where hedges get really clever. They actually connect to this core rule of conversation that linguists call the quality maxim, which basically just means try to be truthful. So when you use a phrase like, as far as I know, you're signaling that you're playing by that rule by being upfront about the limits of your knowledge.
And this is a brilliant way to disagree without being disagreeable. When you start with something like, I might be mistaken, but, you're immediately showing that you respect the other person's view, even though you have a different one. You're challenging the idea, not the person. Big difference.
All right, get ready for a little rapid-fire transformation. We're going to see just how powerful one simple hedge can be at taking a statement from totally blunt and confrontational to brilliant and cooperative in like 5 seconds.
I mean, just look at the difference here. You're wrong is a complete shutdown. But I might be wrong but opens the door for a real conversation. It's a massive shift in tone with just a few little words.
Here, a really bold, absolute claim becomes an honest statement about your own understanding. It's not just more professional, it's actually more accurate about what you know for sure.
This is a classic. Let's be real. Unless you're staring at a stopwatch, the second version isn't just more polite, it's more honest. You're acknowledging that it's an estimate, and that actually helps build trust.
See how much better that feels? Your idea won't work sounds like a final judgment, but I'm not sure it will work sounds like a concern, a problem that you can maybe solve together.
Oh, this one is absolutely crucial, especially in academic or professional writing. Very few things are ever 100% proven. Using a hedge like may suggest isn't just a safer bet, it's a more accurate way to talk about data. The message is the same, but the delivery is just infinitely smarter.
So here's the most important thing to remember. Using hedges is not a sign of weakness or being wishy-washy, it's a sign of conversational intelligence. It shows you're being precise, you're being honest, and that you actually value cooperation over confrontation.
All right, now it's your turn. Take this blunt sentence right here. He is wrong. How would you rewrite that using a hedge to make it sound more cooperative and polite? I'm really curious to see what you all come up with. Drop your best ideas down in the comments.